That was an intro. Hello, family. So, I am so glad to be here today with all of you. Whew, that little moment of dance got me sweating. You know. So, I'm so glad to be here today. I'm glad to be back, and I am happy to find you all well. Good in the Lord, good in your endeavors and everything. I'm just glad to know that everyone is fine. So I've been out the whole day, and I decided to come home quickly and get this video going before the sun sets, because I like using natural light, you know. So let's get right into it. So today we'll be looking at the book of Ruth, specifically Ruth herself. And we're not going to talk about the story with Boaz. Okay, a quick recap for those who may not know the story of Ruth. So Ruth was a young lady who was married to, I believe, a fine gentleman. And unfortunately, as life would have it, she lost her husband. But then she decided to follow her mother-in-law when she was going back to her land, and Ruth decided to follow her. And when they were there, well, she decided to get to work, and to work in a field of a man called Boaz, who turns out to be Naomi. Naomi is Ruth's mother-in-law, who turned out to be Naomi's relative, and who was going to end up being Ruth's husband. So yeah, that's the quick recap of the book of Ruth, which is a very short book, but amazing, very powerful. So today we are going to talk about Ruth, and specifically we are going to talk about Ruth and her faithfulness. The character of Ruth in terms of faithfulness and focus on God. So in the book of Ruth, Ruth was noticed working in the field, working in Boaz's field. That's how we got to see her. That's why we got to notice her. And the reason why I decided to talk about this specific story is because I heard a preaching very recently, a very short clip that was talking about the fact that Ruth was noticed when she was working. And not because of her beauty, not because of anything, but because of her work and her diligence in the field. And it just got me thinking about one thing. When we're talking about, let me just break it down to you. In this case, the field represents the presence of God. The field represents the presence of God. And Ruth was working in this field without looking for a husband. She was just doing what she needed to do, working on what she needed to work on. She wasn't looking for anything. She wasn't really looking for a blessing. She was just there to work so that, she could assist her mother-in-law. And she was just doing her job, basically. And because of her diligence, that is how her husband, Boaz, noticed her and eventually married her. So this is just an encouragement to us as Christians. Many a times where we leave the presence of God because we are looking for blessings. And our work and our walk with God gets somehow shifting because we are so focused on the outcome of what we want. We want that job so bad, we want that relationship so bad, we want that marriage so bad, we want that financial breakthrough so bad that we focus on the end result. But at the end of the day, God will only provide that help, that Boaz. God will only provide that help when we focus on him. Yes, our focus is meant to be on God. We should work diligently for the kingdom. We should stay in the presence of God, and according to his will, we should stay in the presence of God and stay on track with his will, and he will give us what he knows we deserve. So this is just a small word of encouragement to everyone on my channel and every other Christian everywhere else, that the work of God is never in vain. Stick to him. Stick to him. Work diligently. Serve him with all your heart. Focus on him. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and every other thing, all other thing will be added onto it. So I know that sometimes you may get discouraged, sometimes it may get difficult, but focus on God, because he is the solution. He is the one who has everything that your heart desires. So that's it for today, and I hope to see you next time on my channel, and I hope to see you next time in my next video. So till then, take care and God bless you all.